welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so as you all know, my name is Timmy, and today we'll be talking about express entry. Everything you need to know about the express entry. We all know that the express entry has been on hold for a while, but they are starting off again in July. So we are here today to talk about it. What you need to know, how can you be eligible, the documents you need, and everything. So just before we start, if this is your first time coming onto my channel, you are at the right place. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, to my YouTube channel. You can see it on the screen. Timmy Fields is the name. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, at Timmy Tui and at Diffuse Services. Okay, I'm very active on both handles. Okay, so and you can also visit my website is www.diffuseservices.com. And if you are the type that loves to have fun, dance and all those stuffs, follow me on TikTok as well. I also put up all this information out there on TikTok as well. So it's at Timmy Tui. You can see it on the screen out there. If you want to book any education consultation with me, you can contact me via WhatsApp message only, please, and just send me a text message +12494929070. Okay, you can always contact me to um, book any education consultation or one-on-one with you. Okay, good. And so if you have any email, anything you want to say, or you want to that is very personal to you, and you want to send me an email for business inquiries and everything, please send a mail to mailtpservices@gmail.com, and someone will definitely respond to you. Okay, and so that's it. And let us start. I'm going to be very brief, but at the end of this information, we are going to be having a Q&A session. So where you have the opportunity to chat, send me your questions about the express entry in the chat, and then we'll be able to address it. Okay, so you be ready, listen, and then get ready to drop your questions. Okay, we'll answer it as much as possible. Okay, so guys, I know everybody's aware. I'm not sure if everybody's aware, and that's why I'm coming to talk about this. So what is express entry actually? Express entry is for skilled workers. Are you a skilled worker? Like whether you're semi-skilled or you are really on the professional level. So express entry is for you. What are the categories of express entry that we have? We have the federal skilled worker. We have the federal skilled trade worker, and we also have the Canadian experience class. Okay, these are the three major classes under the express entry. So, and the express entry, like I said, is designed for those that have years of experience in a particular, field and stuff like that. So that is why the express entry came, like it started 2015, because I think I was one among those who were opportune to use that to come to Canada. And to be honest with you, I think it's one of the best ways you can actually come to Canada. It's a lot cheaper compared to other routes, so it's easier, it's faster. Okay, so that's why we'll be talking about it today. But I would want to say, what are the things that you really need that are very important for you to get yourself on board? The first thing you need is your WES. It's World Education Services. Like WES are agencies that actually verify your degree certificate back home, your transcript, and then they'll be able to give you a report called the ECA, okay, which you would use for your immigration processes. That's one. Two, you also need your IELTS. IELTS, you need to have the general module, and that's CLB Canada. That's CLB 7. That's when I say CLB 7. Canadian Language Benchmark 7. So that means you must have a minimum of at least 666 in each band. So let's say you have 6 in listening, you have 6 in reading, 6 in writing, 6 in no, 6 in listening. Okay, so you must have 6 6s to be able to get yourself registered into the pool. So now, if you have below that, then you can't have below 6 in any of those bands. So you must have a minimum of 6. But I don't advise people to have 6. I advise that you have more than that. Okay, because the more you have, the higher your points becomes. Okay, and then the higher your chances in the pool. Okay, so enough of that now. Well, I've said all those things you need. Of course, your age is very important as well. The older you get, the lower your points. Unfortunately, that is how the express entry system works. So, and also you have to be able to establish your skills. Okay, you have to be able to establish your skills, and that is where your reference letter comes in. Reference letter where you'll be able to get from your organization where you have worked for at least 1 year. Okay, so you must have at least 1 year of work experience in your field for you to be eligible. And then you must have a total of 67 out of 100 for you to be able to, get into the pool as well. So it's a bit tricky, but I mean, it's also very straightforward. So if you have all this already, I think you are good to go. And we all know that express entry has been on hold for the past 2 years now, right? They've been issuing for PNP, that's provincial nominee program, but for the express entry or for the federal skilled worker, federal skilled trade worker, and for the Canadian experience class, it's been on hold. Okay, and now everything is returning back to normal. Business is coming back to the way it is, and the Canadian government are ready to start the process again. Like I said, they intend to go back to the way it used to be pre-pandemic. So it used to be processing time used to be 0 to 6 months. Like I said, 0 to 6 months you get your PPR. So that is what they are looking at now. So it's going to start in early July. No specific date has been set, but it's going to start in early July. Okay, so it's very, very important that you start preparing your documents right now, so you can, be amongst those that will first get that ITAs, invitation to apply. So that's it. So, like I said, federal skilled worker is for those that are skilled. Maybe, maybe let me say, maybe you're an HR manager, you are a business analyst, just those top professions. And we also have for the skilled workers as well, skilled trade workers, those usually in the knock code B categories. And yeah, so but excitingly, and we also have for the CEC, that's for those that have schooled here and they have the work experience in Canada. Okay, so those three categories, like I mentioned earlier, are the most people targeted towards the express entry. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to recap again. What you need is your work experience, your skill, you need your education, you need your language, and you need your proof of funds. It's also very, 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 very important. Now, if you have all those documents and you know you are ready, oh, I have this document, what next should you do? There's something called the comprehensive ranking system, okay, that you would need to check to see if you actually meet up to the 67 point, because like I said, you need 67 point, right? So what you can just do is, okay, go to the CRS calculator. Just type CRS calculator, and once you do that, it will bring out that form for you. Input all your reports. So by now you already have your WES, right? Report, you already have your IELTS report, and you're ready to go. So just input all those scores in there, and then you'll be able to, it will tell you if you are eligible or not. It will even tell you your score, right? Which is good, because the comprehensive ranking system gives you an opportunity to see how you rank amongst people in the pool. So if you see if it tells you that, okay, this is what you scored, or this is, you're eligible, then you can now go ahead to create a profile online yourself. Okay, and so once you do that, then you know that you are set, and whenever the Canadian government are ready to do a draw, usually they do that draw every 2 weeks. That was pre-pandemic. So I don't know what's going to happen right now, but they said they are going back to pre-pandemic. So most likely it will be the same. So make sure that you are in the pool and everything is intact, all your scores up to date and stuff like that, and you'll be invited. Now when you are invited, they will send you an ITA. Once you get that ITA, it's your responsibility to either accept or decline. So of course most people would definitely accept, right? So once you accept, those information you have put in initially, stating that you have, you have this work experience here, this is your age and all those, then this is the time you will have to now actually upload those documents. Like, you have to give evidences as to what you have claimed that you have when you're creating that profile. So once you have your ITA, you have 60 days to submit your PR application. Now, from the day that you submitted that application, from that, after receiving your ITA, from that date, you start counting. Your 0 to 6 months start counting. Within that time that you submitted, 0 to 6 months, you'll be getting your PPR. PPR is called passport request. So you get your PPR, and once you get your PPR, your immigrant visa was going to be, your vignette visa was going to put stamped on your passport, and then you are free to land. And that's it, and you become a permanent resident. And the good thing is, once you become a permanent resident, you already know the day you are going to become a citizen as well, right? Three years from that day you land in Canada. So how awesome is that? Okay, so that's just the process for express entry. It's very easy. Once you have all those documents, let's just recap quickly. Once you have your West report, some people can have that. You can either have West or ICAS, but I always encourage people to do West, okay? Because it's faster and they won't have to be, assessing your, maybe your elementary school, your NECO or WAEC. They just do your degree, and post degree certificates that you have. So that's always easier, compared to doing your primary school and all those stuff, right? So have your West report, have your IELTS report. Please and please try and do very well in the IELTS. This is what usually drops many people's score. So it's very important you take it very seriously. And it's the general module. Take note of that. General module is what you need to write, not the academics. Okay, so you need to do that. Have your birth certificate. Is very, very important. You say you're at this age, so you have to be able to prove that this is what you have. Your passport has to be at least valid for the duration of the process. Okay, from the duration of when you're submitting your application to the when you are going to be landing, try to make sure that at least your passport is valid. Okay, and proof of fund is very, very important. Many also get rejected based on this. Okay, so make sure that you are putting the right proof of fund. So if you are a family of maybe just one, and you have other maybe your family, let me not say one, you have your family of three, so I'm assuming you're the spouse, husband, wife, and a daughter, and you want to come alone for the first time, you still have to show proof of fund for the rest of your family. So make sure you understand how that proof of fund works, okay? Because you're going to state that you have a spouse and you have your daughter, and you have to show proof of fund for all of them, whether or not you are coming with them to land or not. Okay, so that's by the side. You also need your reference letter. Okay, so this is a very tricky one. That reference letter is based on your skill level, of experience. So let's say you are an HR manager or HR administrator. It's expected that you have a job description, right? And if you go under the NOC, we had the NOC for NOC 2016, but right now they'll be focusing on the NOC for 2021, okay, and which is now going to be a tier system. I'm going to talk about that shortly, and that's going to be a part of the update that has just recently been introduced by the Canadian government. Okay, so now make sure you go to the NOC code. So it's going to tell you, okay, this is your NOC code. For admins, most admins is 1241. So it depends. Try and see that NOC code. Is it related to what you are doing right now? Because the truth of the matter, if your NOC code, if you maybe you probably have a title, but the job duties is different, you could be rejected. So you have to be very sure of the kind of NOC code you are picking, and it has to be related to the duties that you are actually saying you're going to be doing, or that your employer is going to be writing on it. Okay, so you cannot say now that you're an admin person, and then you have admin officer, and under admin officer they are saying that they have a duty list of a business analyst. It doesn't make any sense. So try and see the NOC code on the website and see what they need based on that. Like, they will say it there, but that doesn't mean that you should copy it word for word, because you can't copy it word for word, right? Every organization is different, and every country is different. Do you understand? So the job title might differ slightly, but the most important thing is try to make it a bit similar, and then make sure that your job duties are like 80% of what is expected that you have there. And sometimes they will tell you that some professions like knock level, skill level A, they will tell you, because they are highly professional, skilled workers, they would expect that you have a certain level of education, let's say like a minimum of at least a university degree. Okay, so those are the things that you have to look at. Okay, it's very, very important. Reference letter is a very vital tool, and it could lead to a rejection or an approval. So that's it. Like I said, express entry is the easiest, if you ask me. One of the easiest way you can actually come to Canada stress-free. Once you have everything intact, it's very stress-free, and is in terms of the financial aspect, is very. I won't say is that expensive. It's the least expensive in my own experience, because you can't compare it with maybe coming to school in Canada here, or maybe PMP, all those stuff, and it's straightforward, one-time government fee, and everything like that. Okay, so that's about it for express entry, and it's, like I said, it's very straightforward. But let's now talk about the recent changes that there will be. So if you have your IELTS and you know it's expiring soon, please make sure you have it renewed, because if you're in the pool and it's expiring and you expect them to wait for you, no, they won't wait for you. It might, in fact, even if they've started your application and it's expiring, or your result is not there and you don't have a new one uploaded, know that it's going to be rejected. So you don't want any surprises. Make sure that every other thing that you feel is going to be expired, please and please renew before they even tell you. Just make sure you put it in. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. So let's look at I'm going to be talking briefly about I'll be talking briefly about the new changes that has just sprung up in the concerning the express entry, right? So the first one I want to talk about is the knock code. Okay, like I said before, now we had the regular knock code, which is a knock skill level O, which is for the managerial, okay, people, like I would say maybe you're a manager, manager in a company, maybe sales manager, I don't know, anything manager, So that is skill level O. And yeah, as you can see, national occupation class, that's the meaning of the knock code. Okay, so if you are looking for it on Google, that's it. So yeah, and we also have the knock skill level A, that's for the professionals, okay, and that would be requiring a university degree. I'm talking of this knock system was for knock 2016. Okay, there's a new one I'll be talking after. I'm just trying to make sure that we understand this, that the old one is no longer in use. Now we're going to be transitioning to the new one. Okay, so we also have the knock skill level B, and that's just for the skilled trade workers, and that can also go for those that are in the admin role as well, admin careers and stuff like that. And most times they require a college education for that. Okay, so we also have the knock C, and which is for the semi-skilled workers. Okay, so this one's usually like secondary school is fine, and you're fine. But prior to now, knock C and D, and then we have knock, let me just talk, we have knock D as well, and that's also for semi-skilled and unskilled jobs like laborers, like those that do packaging in factories and all those stuffs, right? Those ones are unskilled job, but that doesn't mean they are not in demand. There's dignity in every job you find yourself. Okay, so now these are the knock codes that we were using before the pandemic, but right now the new system is changed to something called tier. Okay, it's called the TEER. We call it tier 1, tier 2, and the rest. So what is tier? Is the same thing, assessing your skill level and your education together. So they don't want to just make it, okay, this is just managerial, and if there are some people that have that skill level and may not have the education, and there are some that have that education and they still have that skill level. So they're trying to make it more robust, make it more accessible to as many people as possible. Okay, so the tier means training, experience, education, and responsibility. And I like it because it's going to give the ample opportunity to everyone out there. So irrespective of what kind of job that you are doing right now, it's very, very good. I like it. So now let's talk about the tier. Okay, so what do we want to know about the tier? So just like we have the O, A, B, C, and D in the previous one. So this is the new skill level, and it's called tier 1. Tier 0, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5. So basically, it's almost the same thing. So tier 0 still covers for managerial positions. Tier 1 still covers, is similar to the skill level A in the previous system, which requires you to have some university degree. But now the interesting thing now is that tier 1 now, if you are tier 1 and you have some experience, you could tier 2 can also jump into tier 1, meaning that you may not have the education as the tier 1 people, but you have some experience in that occupation, in that career. So you see, it's very good. So you can, maybe you have several years of experience in tier 2. That could also, so you could also go for a tier 1. So it's the same thing for tier 2. Tier 2, you have the occupation. So that's just for those with colleges, but tier 3 can also come under it if you have the required years of experience on that job. So I think in a way it makes more sense, and it gives people more opportunity to be able to, get themselves into the pool, and it's very fantastic. So here now we have tier 0, tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The most important thing right now is have that education, and have a whole lot of experience. Yeah, your experience is not going to be a waste right now. It's going to work for you. That's for those that do not have the education. Okay, so it's a win-win thing, so nobody's sidelined anymore. Okay, so that's the one thing that is going to be changing. So it's no more going to be the knock code skill level. It's now going to be addressed and used as tier system, the peer system, right? So what am I saying? Peer system, the tier system. Sorry. So it's going to be using the tier system. So another thing that has now changed to right now, that is going to take effect in July is the funds. The proof of fund has increased. So prior to now, a single applicant would be required to show a minimum of like 12,000 plus, but right now you are showing 13,310. And when I'm talking in Canadian dollars, okay? So a family of 2, maybe a husband and wife, now you'll be showing 16,570. I think I posted this on my TikTok and on my page, Instagram page. So if you want, you can go and look at it. Timmy to you, that is that's the name of my Instagram page and TikTok, so you can check it out there. And as your family becomes bigger and larger, the more money you would have to show when you're submitting your application. Like I said, whether or not your family are coming with you, you must present this fund, okay? Because they're going to be in the application, so your family might not join you right now, but eventually they will join you, okay? So try and show that fund. And when you are showing this fund, please and please, if you know you are having a huge sum coming into your account, be ready to explain where that fund came from, okay? Do not wait to be prompted. Do not wait to be rejected, okay? You don't want them to be, having some form of, oh, where did this person get this money? Where did they get this money from? No. Give them a detailed letter of explanation so they can know how you got that fund, okay? So maybe, I don't know, I'm not going to put words in anybody's mind. Just make sure that you have a detailed explanation of how you got that money in your account, and try to make sure that that money is being in your account for at least a minimum of 4 months. I would say, to be on the safe side, 4 to 6 months. But if you know you're not going to be able to get that fund in your account between 4 to 6 months, and it's just going to be landing there each sum, please give some good reasons. And if you have to, notarize that letter once you are submitting. When I say notarize, take it to a notary public or a lawyer to have it notarized for you. Okay, now the good news here, I like this one. This one is very, 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 very good. Now, the new thing, another thing that's going to kick off But it's not kicking off immediately. It's going to kick off in November. Either way, it's good news, right? And the Canadian immigration have added additional 16 roles to express entry. Now, this before now, these people were not like they were not considered, in the express entry pool. But now there's a need for it, especially for the health sector. Hey, I'm so happy. Well, I'm really, really happy about this. I'm just going to be reading this out because I don't know all the 16 in my head. So just pay attention. So the 16 new occupations that have been added right now that will take effect starting November 2022. So if you think you didn't qualify before, now is the time for you to start working on your documentations so you can also get yourself on board. Okay, so now we have payroll administrators. Okay, yeah, those that handle the money, right? We have dental assistants and dental laboratory assistants. We have nurse aides, orderlies, and patient service associates. So this one in particular, I'm very happy about because nurse aides are like caregivers. They are like PSWs, personal support workers. They are like DSW, developmental support workers. There's a huge need for that in the country. So I was even wondering why it was not there in the first place. So, but thankfully, and thank God they have it right now. So if you are in this category, please and please. So if you are, I would say in my country, if you are an auxiliary nurse, this is kind of a similar role for you. Okay, if you are the type that works that maybe did a midwifery certificate that is not really a nursing school, it can work for you. Okay, so you could look into this and see. Okay, so nurse aides, orderlies, and patient service associate. Let me just quickly say, before now they had their own pathway, which is the caregiver pathway. But now I'm so happy because they're in the pool, so they work so hard here. So why not? Okay, so we have the pharmacy technical assistants and pharmacy assistants. We have the elementary and secondary school teacher assistants. That's like the EAs. They call them the EAs here. I don't know what they call them back home. I think they don't have something like, we only have teachers, the teachers, whether you're assistant, whether the major teacher or something. Back home is teachers, right? So you may want to look into this, guys. If you are an elementary school teacher, you're a secondary school teacher, it doesn't matter. I'm so happy because these are the people that made us who we are today. These are the people that made it possible for us to be able to come into the country. They've been teaching us and they will continue to teach us. So I'm very happy particularly that they are giving them that opportunity to also come into the country. So we also have sheriffs and bailiffs. I don't know if you want to be a police, that's something you could look into. Correctional service officers. Oh yes, we do need this. Yeah. So yeah, correctional service officers, bylaw enforcement, and other regulatory officers. This is also very good for some consulting company. I didn't think it was there before. So if you're in a consulting firm or something that maybe tax and all those also, this is a very good one. This one is estheticians, electrologists, and related occupations. So estheticians are those that get involved with your medical care, like your face, your skin, and all those stuff, beauty, anything beauty, so medically, they are licensed, to work to ascertain what you need for your skin, what you need for your face, and stuff like that. So they are also on the list right now. Residential and commercial installers and services. Okay, pest controllers and fumigators. So if you're the type that has a company that helps to fumigate the house and stuff like that, that's good. Other repairers and services, transport truck drivers, that's very good because we need them to continue to help us deliver food across the world or across our provinces or cities. Okay, without them we cannot eat. We also have the bus drivers, subway operators. This in particular, people don't really pay attention to it. So if you are into the kind of person that likes to drive and all this stuff, this is a very good one. Or if you have that experience, I think you're keen to this. Other transit operators, heavy equipment operators. So these are most likely those that work in the factory. Okay. So yeah, I'm sure they will have their own special requirements, like maybe the forklift license and all those stuff. And we also have the aircraft assemblers and aircraft assemblers, inspectors. So in total, we have 16 new occupations coming into the express entry by November this year. That is a very good one. Before now, these occupations, they were classified as not C and D, and they were not, allowed to apply for PR. But we thank God that this has changed now. However, just like we have 16 new occupations that are coming on board by November, we still the Canadian government also scrapped 3 occupations that will no longer be eligible for express entry starting November, unfortunately. This kind of it's not good, but then there's nothing we can do about it. So they are other performers. Maybe I don't know what they mean by other performers, but maybe I would say maybe arts, entertainment, or something like that, most likely. But then program leaders and instructors in recreation, sports, and fitness. Tailors, dressmakers, furriers, and millionaires, or something like that. Yeah. So those 3 occupations are no longer needed in Canada. So, my people, that is what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope people were able to understand and take 1 or 2 things from it. If you have your question, it's question time. We can take your question now. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Who will decline? Okay, nobody I know. I've sent you a mail, got an answer. What's this? Okay. Yeah, yeah, definitely. This tier is a good. Is okay. Please, what's the current proof of fund? Okay, current proof of fund for a family of 5. Okay. The current proof of fund for a family of 5 right now is 28,052 dollars. So 28052, $28,052. So that's the current proof of fund for a family of 5. Okay. I am I'm self-employed. I run my own boutique. That's good. Can I can I migrate through federal skilled worker? If yes, what are the necessary documents? No. You are self-employed. No, you can't migrate through express entry. Express entry is for those that are working for an organization. Like an employee something, right? Because they would need a reference letter, and you have to state what your position is all about. Okay. And like I said, but I don't know if you have worked before. I don't know if you have worked before, but if you've had any if you had any years of experience at all, even if it's 1 year, and your occupation is among those that they've just listed, or your occupation is among the NOC code, please check that NOC code. It's very important. You never can tell which way your occupation falls in, and then you can say yes, you would be able to apply. But for self-employed, no, you can't with express entry. No, it's for skilled worker, not entrepreneurs. Yeah, unfortunately, it is. So, what else? Who do we have? Sure. I sent the email. Okay, I'll look at your mail. Nobody, definitely. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, so since we do not have questions, I would say would be calling it a day. And if you have any inquiries, please make sure to send a mail. Please, business related, mail tpservices@gmail.com. That's it. That's someone will definitely respond to you. And if you really want to have a talk or a chat, a one-on-one chat with me, please book a session with me, and please send a message only, please. We will book a session, and that's the number there. You can also visit my website, www.diffuseservices.com. Like I said, if you are the type that likes to have fun, join me on TikTok. we have fun and we also learn there. Okay, so don't forget, guys, to please like, share, and comment on my videos. Timmy Tui, that's it. Thank you so much, guys. We are still. I'll give a few more, maybe 1 minute or so. If you have any question, you can send it. If not, we'll be calling it a day. Until next time, when we'll be having another one. And yeah, we'll be talking about school, the next one. But today we are just basically just talking about express entry. Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and it's I'll say goodbye and take care. Guys, take it serious. Go and get your document and get ready. It starts in July. Okay. Thank you guys for joining, and it's take care. Bye.